out there where the competition is too much. I'm so surprised you don't believe there are some places there's no electricity, there's no clean water. You go there, you see that the child will go to the stream and go to the same place, pond where cattle and sheep are drinking the same water. I've been on ground myself. I travel around 5 continents, and I was surprised. That led me to form Oduwa Global. Oduwa Global is a 501c3 in America, so all your donations are tax deductible. Also, our goal is to make sure that we empower others. We're here, we don't know how long we're going to be here, but let's make a difference, because equality creates opportunity, and opportunity creates equality. Our goal is to bridge the gap through education. Education can help reduce poverty, because knowledge is power. And not only that knowledge is power, but how can you go to class when you don't have access to clean water? For us, it's all about the essential things of life. Water is very important. Last year, I commissioned 2 boreholes in Ghana. I was surprised, it was just for 1 village. I was surprised 37 villages were using that water. And you're like, what? They don't have government? We can't worry about the government. Our goal here is to make a difference. If we wait for them, then we will not make equality on this planet. Let's understand that I'm a blessed family man. Here with me today is my wife and my daughter. I learned one thing: nothing was given to me, but I thought, as long as I live on this planet, I will continue to make a difference. I'm creating an initiative, Oduwa Farm, to make sure that we fight food shortage in Africa. It's a $2 million incentive that we created. It's an initiative, because I believe just giving, we have to teach the people how to farm. We have to teach them agriculture, because food is very important. 60% of the income in Africa goes to food, and there's a food shortage. You were so surprised. A big continent, you have 90% of the arable land are not cultivated. So I saw the difference, and I wanted to make a difference. That's what led me to Oduwa Global. Let's make a difference to the every $1 makes a difference. You don't understand it. I understand it, because I've been on the ground. I get calls every morning, say, thank you, Nana. I say, don't thank me, just thank the people that have been supporting this mission. Let's give access, let's give the children access to clean water. Raised up in Africa, grew up in Germany. I'm an economist, not just economist, I'm also a capitalist, so I understand the power of money. I know that money is very important, and money can make a difference. In those world out there, we cannot blame them. We can't go back to the past, because complaining is not a strategy. Let's just keep doing our work. Let's do our own part. Let's change the world. Let's bring smile in those children's faces, because you don't understand that the hope only comes from us. If we wait for God, the people are the God. We all together form their spirit that makes a difference. So support the mission today. We're doing a 50-50 raffle. That means the winner takes half, and the half goes to the donation, but we never stop working. I'm going to be on the continent next month to make sure that we'll do our farm start, that people, every child should not go hungry. With a simple tomatoes, potato, and maize, we can make a big difference. It might not mean a lot to you, to all the children out there, it means a lot. God bless you all for coming. Let's enjoy the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Nana. Wow, look at the number. $410. 410.
Sorry. Let's make that 5.
So make sure you are not suffering later. We have program. Yeah, please come to the glass room. We have some little sweet, finger food there, and drinks. And also we have the Oduwa water. Yes.
I'm going to introduce you investor advisor Mihailo Jovanovic, Dollar Store founder Rex Mehta, and a dear friend of mine, Mr. Brian Enigo, who is the founder of Oduwa Global. His mission is simple, is to promote literacy development and make education easier for people experiencing poverty globally. He's also breaking the barriers to bring water to people who need access to clean and healthy water, and constantly working to create environments to aid all of us, so we all can be prosperous in everything that he creates. So I'm here to share this with you because it is a mission for all of us. to participate within his mission. Your donations tonight will provide education, clean water, electricity to those in need. So before we started, let's watch a video so you really get a sense what Odua Global is doing. So let's start with that.
Odua Global, and today we are here to donate a water facility for our brothers and sisters of Sinai in the Tamale district. As part of our water project in the year, we want to commission this water project for the people of Sinai. We want to thank Nana Obudazi Odua, the first, the creator of Odua Coin, for giving us this privilege for us to be here to commission this water project. Our global donations Chief has been the support, and today is bringing the water facility through the work we came to support the people of Sinai. So Chief, what will you see? Former CEO Nana Obudazi the first sends his greetings from California. So greetings from Beverly Hills, California, and welcome to all distinguished guests. Our Odua Coin community in Ghana. I am honored to be humbled to address you today for all on behalf of Odua Global, the social arm of the Odua Coin blockchain movement. Our primary mission is leveraging technology power to create sustainable energy, provide clean water, and make education easier for the sons and daughters of Africa and indigenous communities worldwide. We are here.
Well, let's welcome King Nana, Mr. Bright.
Thank you. I just want to welcome everyone for taking your time. This is a beautiful Sunday. It's hot, but you decide to be here for one reason, just to make a difference. And most of you are also here to create opportunity for yourself. And opportunity starts with change. And change is the only thing that is constant in life. We never stop changing the things around us, things behind us, and things forward. One thing I understand in life is when God created the universe, the primary purpose of creating man was to manage the earth. It said there was no man to till the earth. So for that reason, He created man. So the primary mission is for us to management. If we don't manage ourselves correctly, you will see the reciprocate, and also you see the effect of that. When you look at those pictures, you wonder, they are placed on this planet. You see some people that can't see correctly due to color. Poor water can blind you. Okay? But not just because they don't have access to it, but because sometimes they lack management. And some of this management are just effect of 400 years of neocolonialism. It created a lot of dissolutions in the continent. So I'm not going to go back to the past. We have to stay in the present. Our goal is to make a change that gives a child access to affordable education, access to clean water, and we make sure every child doesn't go hungry.
Yes, sir.
I'm here today. I've done so much in my life. I'm happy to be blessed with family. My wife is here, always stand beside me. My daughter is here supporting. But what is our call to actions? What are we here to do? Most of us, 30 years from now, we're all gone. If we take good care of ourselves, maybe 40, 50. But what legacy do we leave behind? If you don't use what God has given to you, because I believe life is continuous. And if you have a chance to come to this world again, you will pay the price. Life is without end. As long as we're here, let's fulfill the ultimate promises of God. 'God. Make a change. Change every life. It's not about the money. It's all about time, resources. You see all those water, people have to travel down there. But one child can spring out of that clean water and change the entire continent. One child, one little child. Just imagine former President Barack Obama. His father sprang out all the way from Kenya. And today we have the first black African-American president. One little child from Ghana, one little child from Cameroon. You see in that picture, can change the entire universe. But if we don't give that child opportunity, it will never measure up. So opportunity creates equality. And equality is all about giving everyone a chance, make a difference. It starts with a little contribution, a little difference. Some of us are just like, you know what? Let me just play and win raffle. When I started this mission, it was not about me. You see, for me, I look at education was all about self-profit. It's not a true education. Education is all about change, selflessness, making a difference without expecting nothing back. Because if we don't pay it forward, our children, just don't forget, DNA has memories. Memories of data is not about resemblance. It's not about all the things we have done. It carries them to our children. Sometimes those memories don't favor us, it favors our children. So if we live a better life today, believe me, our generation to come will rip it. But if we decide to say, it's just all about me, 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 I'm good to myself, I don't need nobody, I'm the most intelligent man on the planet, well, I'll tell you, the generation to come will pay the price. Those generations out there are paying the price of things. Some of them are accident, some of them were caused by them. We are here now to change it. We're here to say, look, there's hope. We can't gather all this intelligence. Our knowledge will make a difference for us. That was the reason we created Oduwa Global. My primary purpose is not just to erase hunger, but to fight poverty. So I'm starting a $2 million campaign to set up Oduwa Farm in Africa. Because we have to give these children the tools to be self-sufficient and fish for themselves. Giving and giving and giving, because you can't feed a child tomorrow and don't expect them to eat the next day. But if you create a sustainable system, an ecosystem where they could be able to farm, give them literacy to understand the importance of tomatoes, cassava, maize, that we just don't play with here. Imagine when the pandemic came. If it was not the government, most of us would be dead. We're all getting support. We all did. There was support for our businesses. There was support. We're getting checks in the mail. Those people don't have the support. Some of us were able to carry forward. That little change allows us to sustain our business today. So every effort we put into people's life makes a big difference. So I want to encourage everyone not to stop supporting a great cause. Oduwa Global is here to make a difference in Africa. Not just Africa, anywhere in the world there's distress. But we focus primarily on the sons and daughters of Africa globally because they are the one mostly affected. Because neocolonialism created a big impact in Africa. They have never found themselves since 400 years. The continent has been put on pause. You go there, you think like the world was just created yesterday. I'm still surprised. I go to certain places, there's no electricity, there's not even water. And I said, what world are we living in? And we're seeing people driving Rolls Royce, Mercedes, feel good about it. It's good to feel good about yourself because you work for it. But just understand, someone will give you opportunity to be here. Maybe the government, maybe your family, but they have some children out there, they have no options. No options. They wake up in the day and know that, well, I don't want to live tomorrow because I don't believe tomorrow. So let's give them hope. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you for letting us participate in this great mission of you. So today, Oduwa Global is a great sponsor for the night, and as maybe the last chance to participate on the raffle that they're offering 50-50. So whoever would participate could have the opportunity to win 50% of the donations for this event. We can pass these around. You can scan the Q and donate with credit card or Zelle. So if you can pass that around, that'd be great. There's one more over there. Maya, can you pass that around, please? You already did. Yeah, most of you guys did. So we appreciate it. We thank you very much. But when you go home or when you share your photos, tell all your friends, you know, that this mission is not just for today. This mission is what we're trying to build.
Sorry, sometimes it's very important to acknowledge people. Okay, so I'm not just going to grab on the mic. I want to acknowledge everyone that made it here. I want to acknowledge the one at the hostel. Dr. Lance, always beautiful face. We have no we spoke. I want to acknowledge also someone that I look at, my father, was the first to create the first university here in the city of Fontana. He's a professor, he's a law professor, Professor Ogiane. I want to acknowledge you because it's my family. When you hear about the Benin Kingdom, this is where the royalty starts. It was a continent, the Benin Kingdom. People don't know about the Benin Kingdom, but the Benin Kingdom, the war is bigger than the war of China. We are the #1 in bronze. If you hear about the Black Panther, that bronze, they were still in that's from the Benin Kingdom. I'm the son of the Benin Kingdom. And I see it was my father. He has done so much. He has inspired so many people here to be a law student, to be a lawyer and advocates. And he represented true missionary. I just invited him yesterday. He said, I'm coming to support you, my brother. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you. And for most of you, we had a chance to know each other. Let's not stop. Let's continue to have conversations. The conversations of making a difference. Sometimes I'm going to keep this very brief. I want to also acknowledge my wife over there. You want to stand up, stand up, stand up, don't back up. Married 25 years. Listen, it's all about support system. Like I said, it starts with management. If we cannot, I know you're shy, but sometimes I have to acknowledge you because I travel a lot. And when I'm gone, you have a chance to take over the children. Kids went to college. My son right now is in Silicon Valley doing great. I can't do it by myself. You know, I chase all these courses trying to make a difference, but I also have to take up my home. And its management starts from the house. And as the mother of the house, I want to thank you for coming to support. My daughter is out there. And for us, most of you here that had a chance to know me, I only have one primary reason. My existence now for the next, if God keep me here, it's just to make a difference. If you're now in a journey to make a difference, you can never be my friend. Money I've seen, I've been blessed. I own homes in many continents. So that means I have options to survive. I have options to leave. So let's start making a difference. Thank you.
That's what it's all about, guys. You know, just showing and sharing and bringing out the support. I know many of you here have your own work that you're doing to make a change and to provide support to other people. So we have a guest which Maya met just the other day. I think it was last night. Did she meet you last night or 2 nights ago? And she mentioned, he's such a great philanthropist, doing great things for affordable housing, and he's also supporting creating research information so people can be helped in the cause that he's working on. So with that being said, we want to hear a few words about his work, and his name is Barak Silverman. Please come to say a few words. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's an honor, it's a pleasure to be here in presence with you. I see a lot of familiar faces all around, and I've been so honored to be amongst all of you. And thank you as well for inviting me to this business event. Thank you, Maya. At any rate, I have a foundation called the Zilberberg Foundation, and I quarterly focus on cures for cancer, particularly children that are born in this world and they need to leave us at a young age. So to find the cures for not only children, but all humankind, all around. And I'm sure there is a cure, but through research and development, that would be the correlation. That's number one. Number two is I focus on mental illness. We have, of course, a problem, not only in this nation, but worldwide. with the lockdowns and everything that correlated with the pandemic. Our children have been affected, and us humans as well. So I do focus on mental illness and welling people, and also the homeless. That's another thing. Homeless is, I mean, we're traveling around the most blessed, the most richest country in the world, and we see tents erected all around. What I like to do is I like to build communities with wellness facilities that is inviting for them to enter and well themselves, and in essence channeling into various interests that they may have, whether it's military, job recruitment, and starting their own businesses. Getting people back into our communities and serving our communities is key. Now, the affordable housing is another factor and key element in my foundation. I am a real estate entrepreneur, investor, and I correlated myself in real estate because everybody needs a place to live and everybody needs a place to work out of. And with that said, we must have affordable housing erected, created for us Americans affordably. Talking $100,000 to $200,000 entry point with programs that is initiatives that are would be in factor for them to enter homeownership affordably, and the financing behind the whole venture in entering homeownership. So that's what my foundation is corely about, and it's about giving and not receiving, and not anticipating anything back, but giving back to the communities, to the people, and housing each and every individual, which is a human right, just as clean water as well. Clean water, housing, very imperative. So that's what I focus on, and more importantly, we need to focus on worldwide alliances with other countries. We need to bring in more of the NATO allies alongside with us and be in great relations with everybody across the world. But I don't want to go and sidetrack with the politics, but as far as the foundation, that's what we're corely about. Thank you so very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. If you have any questions, anybody, I'm here to answer anybody's question.
Thank you, Barack. We'll have Q&As at the end.
Okay.
At the end of the So there's one more example. We all have our own dreams and our own ways to participate, in this world. So please, want to hear more or the things you guys want to do. But next, just heard that we have a special guest. Dr. Lance wants to say a few words about Duo Coin.
Right.
Or Duo Global. Everything. Okay, let's hear Dr. Lance.
Everything. I think my brother Bright mentioned that there's only two things in life that are constant, that is God and change. Matter of fact, if you go to school now, every 30 minutes a new technology being developed. If you go to school 4 years from now, everything you learn is obsolete. So I am proud to be an economic advisor to the Uluwai family of companies, that is Uluwai Global, Uluwai Institute, and Uluwai Coin. And why is that important? Having a businessman with a conscious heart is important, because we have a free market around the world, but how do we take that free market and do good things? We believe in the social entrepreneurship model, doing good and doing well. Under the Uluwai Global, we help poverty, particularly children. 61 million children are lacking education because of poverty. We solve that by having an economic solution with the social cause. The Uluwai Institute focuses on certification of individuals in education. There's so many new opportunities, so many different areas of growth, be it cybersecurity, be it coding, that allow people to get into the marketplace, and so Uluwai Institute allows to do that, and of course, Uluwai Coin, taking cryptocurrency globally to assist in economic development. So I am a proud advisor to the organization. Bright is my brother, as like a brother from another mother, who has not only the spiritual side, but the business side. I always tell people that God inspired man to write the Bible, but he's inspiring us every day as we make history. Because if you look at 7 billion people in the world right now, we're the only ones sitting here in Beverly Hills talking about a true solution, combining cryptocurrency and retail, becoming your own Amazon, being able to help people own their own businesses, but more importantly, create jobs and economic infrastructure to move that forward. So happy to be here, blessed to be here on this Sunday. We're making history, and that all of you are here for a reason. Let's make a significant difference. God bless you.
So now we're going to get down to business, the real reason why we're here, which is we have a very unique 100% white glove offer in business. But before we do, we go ahead, we're going to invite Michael Jabonich. He is a finance advisor, and he wants to talk about a little bit about his point of view on what we're doing here in terms of business. So welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Maya, for inviting me here. Like Carlos said, my name is Mihailo, last name Jovanovic. I work as a financial advisor. I've been in the industry last 12 years. And I'm privileged and honored to be here. Thank you for your time. I will be very short and brief. I'm gonna continue maybe conversation a little bit about what we started about this mission and this dollar store business. Whoever enters it's important, one word, it's a management. As a financial advisor, I manage assets and funds for clients and business owners. And for future business owners, it's important to manage the business with due diligence, and that's something that I can help, guide, advise, so your business can run smoothly. And if your business can run smoothly, you can give up more to your community, to the community in Africa. And like the gentleman said, management of the earth. I try to help people manage their businesses and through different strategies, and allow them to give more. It's all about the giving. It's all about the mission, like the gentleman said, because at the end of the day, 30, 40 years from now, we're not going to be here. And there is a good statement at the beginning of the gallery, says from the Andy Warhol, it's important that we create something that's going to live forever. It's not about us, it's some legacy that's going to live after us. And that's something that I specialize through different strategies. And if you have any questions, we can talk more about it once we hear a little bit more about the business proposal from Dollar Store and things like that. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
So now I'd like to introduce you to what we're talking about, 100% white global business opportunity. Look, with a little bit of money, right, $5,000, and without overhead, you can join an industry that's literally doing now over $1 million a day. I mean, you know, what an offer that is, right? So please welcome Mr. Rex Mehta, founder of the Dollar Store. He's had 25 years working experience worldwide with retail and merchandise through the wholesale system. So welcome, Mr. Rex.
Yeah, what we want to do is just done this way. You know. Good evening. My name is Rex Mehta. I'm the founder of Dollar Store. And how many have you visited Dollar Store? You haven't.
Wait, what?
No, because what you have done is you have gone to Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar, and 99 cents only. But it's a beauty. That means the Dollar Store as a descriptive word, the Dollar Store as a brand name and trade name that you said you went to dollar store. If you go to, let's say, Target, you would never say, well, I went to Walmart.
Yeah.
Right, that's true. That's true.
And there is no brand name out there right now. You tell me a single one where, there was bookstore, okay, this descriptive bookstore. I want to have it this way, so that I can face it. Bookstore bought by Amazon, and today, and it's a dollar store is $128 billion industry in US. I want you to own a part of it, and I will make it so easier for you that your mind will be blown. And I'm going to give the presentations, and I'm going to show to you step by step. And 50% of what we produce goes toward a Dua mission. Yes.
Nice.
So, and then you can ask me questions afterwards. And then I'll explain it to you how everything works, and you will see it. Thank you. Okay, you can see the screen?
Yes.
Yes. Great. That's the most important thing. Okay. History of dollar store. 19th century. It started with penny shop. You will be amazed that everything was okay. So everything was sold for a penny. Then there came 5 nickel store and dime store. Even up to Depression, there were dime stores. And I remember when I was, going to school, I used to go to Thrifty and buy the ice cream cone for a nickel, and 2 for a dime. You might have experienced that too, But anyway, so that is where it started. And the Dollar Tree itself was founded in 1986. That's when the Dollar Tree was founded. And then 99 cents only. And all these stores, even not only in the USA, but even in Canada, you go to Dollarama, say I went to dollar store. In Japan, they go to 100 cent shop, they say we went to dollar store. So it's such a word and such a big industry that I want you to own part of it. And I'll make it affordable so that you can see how it works. Okay, let me do one thing. First thing, my name is Rex Mehta, and I am going to Google my name. Okay, and you can do it. Just go to Rex Mehta and you would see. Okay, also okay, if we go to, this is my LinkedIn account. And you would see in the LinkedIn, and that is the truth. In fact, if I go down here, Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal wanted to get into India. What happened is, India has very strict rule on foreign direct investment. They wanted to protect the small shop, mom and pop stores, small, and so they said, well, Walmart comes in and they will be out of business. And there are a million of them. It could be hawker, it could be vendor, whatever it is. So what I did was, I said, let me do this. I cannot directly, I am an American company. We're incorporated here. What I found out was that I cannot directly invest in the retail. So what I did, I found a master franchise, and you were talking about. The master franchise itself become us, dollar store. So what happened, the master franchise did, he opened his one store, and then he started doing sub-franchising, unit franchising, and also selling wholesale. Suddenly we have 50 stores within 3 or 4 months. Now the largest retailer in India is not Ambani, it's Kishore Biani. He came to us. He said, I want to buy, and you will see it, okay, here. Let me just show it to you. too loud?
Thanks for joining us this Sunday evening in Mumbai. I'm Gautam Srinivas. Moving on, MyDollar has one price for everything from American cosmetics to Chinese toys and future capitals. Kishore Biani seems to love it. His private equity firm might buy up to 30% in this discount chain. Of course, CNBC TV 18's Maul Shrivet has all the details.
Here, everything costs 99 rupees. And Kishore Biani apparently wants to buy not a few goodies, but a part of the chain. Sources tell CNBC TV 18 Future Capital's private equity arm, IndiVision Capital, is about to pick up between 26 and 30% in the master franchisee of MyDollar stores in India, that's Sankalp Value Retail Stores. We hear the initial investment might be 20 to 40 crore rupees. But Future Capital and Sankalp Value Retail are tight-lipped. MyDollar has 47 stores in 30 cities, and US-based Rex Mehta, the founder of this $50 million company, wants to boost that presence. IndiVision's investments in Sankalp might help.
We are going to open 200 stores, I would say, next 2 to 3 years. I would say in 4 to 5 years, we should have 500 stores.
The store stocks 15 product categories ranging from beauty to food and artifacts. The merchandise on the shelves keeps changing depending on direct...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thanks for joining us this Sunday evening in Mumbai. I'm Gautam.
Should have 500 stores.
The store stocks 15 product categories ranging from beauty to food and artifacts. The merchandise on the shelves keeps changing depending on direct imports from the US and China. That keeps customers happy because it means new goods for every visit. And now with the rupee's rise against the dollar, Mehta must be happy too. In Mumbai, Maul Shrivet.
And that's a wrap on business now. Thanks for watching. Do enjoy your weekend.
Okay. So this is basically my LinkedIn profile. You can put my name there and you can see. And there is a press too. It has talked about Rex Mehta. Started 27 years ago and started with just a domain name. dollarstore.com started, and I had a partner there then. He was the president of Beverly Hills Polo Club, Dennis Danskar. We started together. We just put a page there, 1996. And in fact, by the way, even Google was not born. Google was born in 1997. So we were there before Google. Amazon was there. Okay. So as a bookstore, and then, so we put one page, and suddenly we had so many inquiries from all over the US, and we didn't know what to do. So what we said, okay, let's do this. Let's do the franchise. So I hired the best lawyer, Don Drysdale in Orange County, and we got the franchising license on all 50 states. And we start selling franchise. But sooner or later we realize that in the business model, especially in inheritance, a lot of you own business. If you own brick and mortar business, not only you have to go lease the place, so let's say $3,000 lease, $36,000 a year, $108,000 for 3 years. So you have the lease, and then 2,000 square foot store, take another 70,000 or 80,000. So you're talking about $200,000 investment, and then you have to work over there. So sooner or later, these owners, they are coming back to us, the franchise owner, say, Rex, this month we can't pay royalty. Pay to franchise, we can't pay royalty. And I felt bad. I said, well, okay. So, and another problem in US is, which people don't realize, and you all pay for it, it's called shrinkage. Shrinkage is when in a store, you own a store, say Rex owns a store, he's driving Mercedes, and his employees, they take things, or they drink things, eat things, or take things. So 10%, let's say you buy item for $100, 10% of that is shrinkage. Employees, customer out there, people steal. So what happened is with this franchise, so I discussed with Dennis, I said, listen, this is not working. So we made them independent business owner. We won't take royalty. The only thing what we'll do is we'll charge you for the merchandise. when you buy. So we make money on the merchandise. But we didn't want to do master franchise and stuff like that because if it's the formula doesn't work. Now in the meantime, what happened was we're getting a lot of inquiries from international. We said, let's go international. Okay, the principle of dollar store is basically when Dollar Tree start, single price, value for the money, variety, and different kind of selection, and then treasure hunt. What treasure hunt is these people, and who was really master in it was David Gold. He has passed away. He started 99 cents on. What David Gold did was bought these things at closeout and then sell it for a price, wine for $1. He was selling in a store at one time wine for $1. Where can you find a wine? Even whatever, wherever the wine, but it is wine. So those are the principles. We said, well, we're going to take international. Value for the money. And what I did, I said, well, let me do this. 60% of the product are made in US. That means health and beauty, cleaning products, they're all made in US. And now, Soviet USSR was just breaking. And there were 18 countries came out of Soviet Union. And countries like Georgia, Armenia, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan. Now these people have money. These entrepreneurs have money, I mean the rulers, and they have the buildings, but they don't know what to do with it because it's a socialist country. Russia would not let them have their own business. So we went over there and we trained them. And the stores were mobbed. They said, we've never seen anything like this. So the US ambassador called me and says, can you have tea with me? So he says, well, every time you open a store, we are going to go there and we'll do the grand. So that's where we went international. So after international, 10, 15 years, it went quite well. But here the problem started. A lot of these like Lever and Procter & Gamble, they start licensing their products to different countries. For example, Crest. Crest is made in USA, it's made in Canada, it's made in China, it's made in India. So my franchisee says, if I can buy Crest from China cheaper, it's the same product. It's just like you going to Walmart and there are Levi's made in USA or made in China, and Levi's made in US $50, made in China $25, you buy it, you're going to buy it. You know. And then you were talking about the loss leader at Walmart. So this is where international is. And then I'm going to come pretty soon to what we are doing in USA, which is going to blow your mind. That can I do that? Can I own it? Okay, so LinkedIn, okay, also LinkedIn, if you see that education, more to get to know us. But this is where I really want you to own part of that $120 billion. Okay, so let me go to Google. How big is the dollar store industry? I just want to put it over there. Okay, if you look at 112.3 billion. Right, dollar and what, you will believe it, 112.3. If we can capture 1% of it, 1%, many of us over here will become millionaire and some billion. Just 1% of it we need. It's a $112 billion business in US.
Just the US.
Just the USA. Right.
That's interesting. It's about the domain.
Yeah, just about the domain.
Brilliant.
Okay. Now I'm going to go into, basically that's where I'm going to educate you on dollarstore.com. I think Elo has called me and you and I talked about it. Yeah, thank you. You were gracious enough. I did not know that you were coming here, but
thank you.
that's
thank
great.
you,
Yeah. No, that's great. Okay, dollar store. What we found out with the brick and mortar store and all the things you have to go through, $200,000 investment. Many of the people, they work their ass off over there. They are really not making money except that they are working there. And some of the small businesses definitely have, because the immigrants, they work over there, they don't count their time. They don't think of it as that, yeah, I have to take a salary. So their profit is their salary. And in the small business, spending $200,000 there, and believe me, I have 3 stores. I have 1 store in Newport Beach, 1 in Santa Ana, and Stanton. And it has happened to me. The manager doesn't show up, or the person does. I have to go there, work there. You have to, because somebody has to run the store. So my point is, investing $200,000, especially with overheads, with lease, with employees, and also with shrinkage, and all the other problems, and you are tied to it for long term. Let's say your business doesn't do well, okay, I say, okay, you become an independent business owner, but the lease who hold it is not going to let you go. He's going to take you to the court. He wants that $100,000, 3-year lease. So this is what we created Business in a Box. What is, okay, so this is how it does. Let's say that you want to own your own dollars. And I will suggest you something. You can city name, you can state name, vanity name, your kid's name, whatever it is. We will register it with Network Solution. So that store belongs to you for life. It's yours. That name is registered to you. We will not give that name to anybody else. And I'm also going to give you ownership certificate. Now, what I do in that Business in a Box, own your dollar store. If you look at it, turnkey dollar. What is turnkey dollar store? Let's say that you are selling on Amazon. An FBA on Amazon, all the things going over there, everybody going after that next pet rock. And if you are selling branded name, they would come to you and they would go to the branded things and they would start buying directly from them. They are interested in their profit, not your profit. And a lot of you have sold on Amazon. So this is what we do. You have your own mini Amazon. This is your own mini Amazon. So you are your own business. So it's a turnkey meaning. Once the name is established, I will put the merchandise in it. I'll design your store. First thing, and I'll show you how your store looks like. I'll design your store. I will put merchandise in it. I'll put the shopping cart, payment gateway. It's turnkey. Now, I'm not saying that $49.95 that it's, you are going to make $1 million the first month or first year. No. We will do the marketing, we'll teach you the marketing, but you also use your Instagram or Facebook, telling friends and family, hey, I own a dollar store. And I tell you where a doer comes. And that is the killer. That's a great picture. So it is marketing, full support, full service. I just want to make sure that okay. So everything is built into this store. It's a business in itself. Okay, and where you make money. If you go to Better Business Bureau, and you can look at it yourself, A+. And it says accredited since, been here in business 27 years.
Wow.
And that's A+. So when we sell you dollars, for merchandise, when you buy merchandise, and we take it by credit card, we make sure it's fulfilled. Okay, let me my dollarstore.com. Okay, so basically you get your own merchant account, We take care of any American Express, MasterCard, you don't have to qualify for it. Website is done, support is done, 4,000 products are done. And then loyalty program, which will work with Adua, we'll show it to you. And it says dollar store accepts select crypto. Which select crypto it accepts? Only Adua. Okay, it's $49.95. I'm going to make a proposal for you. If you sign up for today, we'll set up your store $9.95, and 3 to 4 weeks you can pay us the balance. $9.95, we'll register the store, name is there, it is there, you can see it, and then 3 to 4 weeks, if you can come with the other money, then it'll be a full-fledged store. Everything is included, pick, pack, and ship, and also logistic. International, we're still doing international franchising, but all depend on the master franchise, that how big is the country, and you can make a lot of money if you have connection. So we're talking to Adua too, especially Africa. Okay, let me see if I can just play this. There are more. Reminded me that how I can own a dollar store and what am I going to get in the dollar store.
Yeah. What do we get? How do we start? How do we pay?
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we maximize our time, so people can ask questions and they can do research.
Right.
It's good that you're offering $1,000 to start. When do they get a certificate? Is it after payment?
Okay, this is the special package. Okay. So what are you going to get for? And again, it's only for first 100 stores. Now what we are going to give them is you're going to get this certificate, which is platinum certificate of ownership, dollar store platinum ownership certificate.
Is that for life?
Yeah.
Does it expire?
No, it doesn't expire.
Does it cost me any money after that $4.95 forever?
$49.95, that's it. Okay, but you have to do your own marketing.
Is there any royalty?
No royalty, no franchise. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about real estate. Location, location, location. Where is it going to be?
Location is whole US.
Online.
Online. It's online.
Yes.
Yeah.
The store is online?
Yes. Oh, in fact, yeah. You know one thing. In that I forgot.
Like an Amazon store.
Yeah.
Where are the distribution centers?
Yeah.
So
it's in California. But in fact, I didn't show you. The most important thing is, okay, this is how you make money. If you do 5 transactions a day, you make $1,000 a month. But I also want you to show how your store look like. That's the most important thing. It's not. This is the map, and I think it would answer your question. We can put in 2 or 3 locations. But let me take you the store first, and then I will answer your question.
Is this online stores or office stores?
Yeah. Okay, this is called budget or dollar store, and this is how your store would look like. Okay, these are the categories. So let's go into health and beauty. And we are about 500 health and beauty, and let's say we want to buy Kotex Maxi. Price is $199. Okay, and you want to buy 10, and you add to the cart, and you go to the cart. It's 1 click, and you check out, and that's it. So this is your store. It has all the categories. You can go and look at your store. So dollarstore.com, and let's say Kathy.dollarstore.com or shop.dollarstore.com, online.dollarstore.com. That's unique. You sell all 50 states.
So all of this product gets sent to somebody, sent to you? But how did you get to the person? How did you get to the buyer?
Okay, and that's what happened. So money come in, you place the order, money come to us, and we ship the goods, and you get 20%.
That's the route. So there's no warehouse?
Yeah.
Here? There's no storage?
Okay.
You don't have to source the inventories?
No employees.
No employees?
Okay.
No
So,
lawsuit?
This is what you are getting for first 100 stores. Just only for first 100 stores. Where it's a platinum package, which Bright has suggested, so you get your $20 store. Of course, an asset. Think of it as an asset. I had a gentleman in Arizona, he bought $100,000. He spent $100,000 about 20 stores. So why you need 20 stores? He said, I'm going to give it to my kids, grandkids, for $49.95. They can learn the business before they get into another. So they become entrepreneurs. Okay, you get certificate of ownership. Oh, by the way, you don't require LLC. You do not require
Business setup?
Yeah, INC.
How are you paying taxes?
Beautiful. Good, great question. What happened is you get 20%, right? 1099.
Capital gain.
So let's say if you make $100 a day, then I pay you by Zelle or PayPal. But if you don't make $100 a day, then you get paid only once a month.
So what do they get? Is it 1099 or W2?
1099.
1099. So you pay your capital gain.
No.
So I get documents from you and I file them?
Yeah. So what you do is, let's say you make $10,000 a year from dollar store, and you have $50,000, so that's income.
Okay, that's like simple goods for simple goods, which is usually you can go and get a 99-cent store or wherever you're $1.03 or you selling. I mean, is there only this kind of type of goods?
Yeah, it's online basically. Yeah, online.
Yeah.
And we ship it to you, at convenience of it, just like Amazon.
You say, how do you use such a product?
Yeah.
So what kind of product? She's asking, what kind of product is the scope?
What kind of else product?
Yeah, okay. So I told you the principle is value for the money, selection, and also treasure hunt. So we keep on adding new products, seasonal products. But go to my site, go to shop.dollarstore.com online or doer.dollarstore.com, you will see the selection of the merchandise.
Yes, but do you add something else? Do you make like, do you add some new products?
Yeah, we add
new
product also. If you go, let me go through this and you will see what you are getting for 49.
I guess what she's saying is that I've been to the dollar stores. I know the dollar stores. I've actually been to the actual stores.
Yeah.
So I think what she's saying, the products that they carry are like, have you ever gone to like a Family Dollar store, the stores here?
Mm-hmm.
You would have the same product, but now it's just online. So whatever you can get from the Family Dollar store, you can now purchase it online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the same.
Yeah.
What's the shipping time? What's the turnaround time?
It's depending on.
It's the same.
Depending on if you are in New York, because we are in California, we are opening another warehouse in Dallas. So it depends upon. We use UPS, USPS, Express Mail, UPS. So within the same week, Monday order, you will get
3 to 5 days.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 to 5 days. Am I paying for that?
No.
Shipping?
If it is $35.
Okay.
If it's less than $35, yes, you are paying.
How about to the return?
Return, see, here is the beauty.
People doesn't like
Yeah, see, here is the beauty. Return, if you have 1 or 2 products or 3 products, well, it doesn't work, it's $1 per product, we say keep it. At this point, because it's not worth shipping it back.
It's not worth shipping.
Okay, so this is what you get in the package for first 100 stores. You get certificate of ownership, you don't need LLC, exclusive membership in a dollar store Platinum Club, and I'll show it to you what it means by it. Multiple listing in USA, answer your questions. Online though, but you can, okay. $500 worth of DUA points. So you get DUA points, $500 worth.
So are you doing those things only in United States? Are you also open to internationally?
That's the question I wanted to find out, because I'm in 2 different countries. I'm in Ghana. Actually, I'm also in Nigeria as well. So I know I said in one of your phone things online.
Okay.
So anyway,
Zoom
so
call.
that. So what I wanted to know is that you talked about the master franchise. So if I'm overseas and I want to start something there, am I able to do that while I'm there? And if so, how would they be able to get the merchandise in those countries if that's what I'm doing?
Okay. Yeah, this is how it works. And I'm expert on it. Because Dollar Tree, nobody does master franchise.
Right.
Say, let's say your master franchise in Ghana.
Right.
So first thing, if you really want to make money, you have to open a store there.
Okay.
For that store, you need fixers, merchandise, POS, somebody to set up the store. It might cost you $50,000 to $100,000.
Okay.
Okay. Now, once you open the store, then you become
So it's a visual first. They have to see the visual, and then I drive them to my online through my marketing and advertising.
No, I'm talking about physical store.
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You drive them from the store, you drive them with advertising through the online store and the word of mouth
Yeah,
travels.
you also get Ghana.dollarstore.com. You get Ghana.dollarstore, but you can do sub-franchise. Let's say somebody else wants to open a dollar store, then you can split the franchise.
That's what I was trying to say. Okay.
Yeah. Franchise fee, royalty. So you are it. You are us.
Okay, so now I can go there and start my own franchise. They buy from me and got it.
Yeah. You can do wholesale and everything.
Got it.
And maybe later on if you want to get together. So you get $500 of Odua coin. You have partnership with the dollar store, equity participation. That's the most important thing. We were earlier talking with the gentleman. If the company goes public or merger acquisition, you 100 store owners get part of that. So you get the equity participation in if dollar store goes public. So that is just for first 100. Earning of 20%, I already told you. Oh yeah, your customer coming into the store buying the things, they get 10% in the door. So they buy $50 worth of stuff, they get $5.
So you was, I'm sorry, just to go back to this again. You said that they will come to and start the store there for you. They will set everything up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we'll send somebody over there, the crew, and the next store you will set up because we'll train you.
Okay.
Because why to spend $5,000 coming from USA, the plane ticket, and your employees are expensive.
So here, one thing I'm confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to ask. So since you have $1 store, right?
No, it's not $1 store.
Oh, what's it?
For
it's $1 to $5.
$1 to $5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like those days we have like a 99 cents or whatever. But your store is an online store, right?
Yeah.
Basically. So and also here's the two things we need to understand. One thing is how we use the Odua coin we have to buy Odua coin from him and then buy your franchise. And that's
no, you get $500.
That's just incentive.
Yeah, that's the two differences. That's why I asked you two differences. Another thing is just people pay the cash or pay the normal money. Yeah. So my question is how we launch that to international market.
International market. See, every country has different rules for the cryptocurrency. So I don't know about Odua coin being used.
So he's talking about the master franchise in different countries.
Yeah. You're talking about master franchise, very simple. That you become us. You open a dollar store, physical dollar store, and we'll give you online dollar store, and we will also come and set up the store for you.
And also here is another questions come up is how wild, how global Odua coin can use.
Yeah.
That's another question.
Yeah, and I think.
Let me answer that. This is cryptocurrency is it's like money.
Yeah.
It's just an incentive. It's telling you that every time someone gets to spend, it's introducing you to Odua. Every time somebody comes to spend $1 in your store, the customers are getting an incentive of introducing to Odua coin by getting Odua coin. It has nothing to do with Odua. That means you get every time you spend $10, you're getting $1 in Odua coin.
Yeah.
So it's different. So every time you open a store right now, you open a franchise, he's going to give you $500 Odua coin to start. So it's all about you are building your own portfolio in crypto world while you're also growing your business.
Yeah.
He has two separate things.
So
Also,
with the Odua coin, you're going to add that as an incentive. So it's just introducing the Odua to the world.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And there's another beauty too.
But I want to also ask you, I'm using I have your coins, but can I also offer other cryptocurrencies with my store?
No.
No, only yours. So you have ownership of that. Okay.
Because the
okay.
merchant gateway.
Yeah.
Got it. Got
Our
it.
goal, the goal of the partnership
Got
is to
it.
create awareness
I got
and
it.
create utilization.
Introduction.
Because the key is utilization of cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Because the more people utilize it, the more the value, because it's all about demand and supply. It's floating assets. So the more the demand, the more the
This
assets.
would be very good in Africa because of.
That's why it's giving us an incentive.
Yeah,
You're not
I
paying,
got it.
you are not paying for a DUA,
Yeah.
he's giving you a DUA.
He's gonna, yeah, so yeah,
But if you buy a store, you have to pay cash. It's $4.95.
Yeah.
It's one-time payment.
Yeah.
There's no royalties. There's no store. You don't have to source the product. You can also decide to design your store and say, I just want wellness product only because I'm vegetarian. I don't want to sell nothing else. Or if you have a product like water you want to bring to the store, Dollar Store also allows you to introduce your own product into your own store. You pay royalties. I don't see anything better than that.
Say that last part again. Say that last part.
So-
That's where I come in at.
Okay, good.
Because I have
Say-
water.
Say you have water, don't forget, the product goes from $1 to $5. So we cannot, it's a dollar store. That means people want affordable products, consumable product. You cannot come and say $20 product, it's not gonna fly. But if you have a water product, you want dollar store to be listed in your own website. Because once you own your own franchise, you own your own domain. So people come to you and say, might come to a dollar store, they want to see everything in your dollar store. You now have a chance to introduce your own product that you had before in your own store. And if you can put your own banner there, you're running your own business. What dollar store is doing it because they don't own that product, they might get 2% royalties for whatever you sell. Because they allow you to ship the product. Because the product goes to them, just like on Amazon, then they ship the product to the customers. You don't have to deal with that.
So they give you a range of what you can sell. If you have a product, it has to do within that range.
The price range is important.
Yeah.
And also they control the shipping. So that means your product has to be in their warehouse.
Right.
Because everything doesn't come from you. They want to make sure customer gets what they pay for.
So you have to stock their warehouse with your product.
Okay, I got something to say about that because I had a situation with Amazon, and as I was setting up my product on Amazon, they were charging me. FBA was charging me while I was in the process of setting it up.
Right.
And I had no idea, you know. So I got caught like.
The reason I'm sitting here talking.
So that's my question.
Our goal is to form a dollar store franchise club where all the store owners can meet every quarter to discuss growth and create a member-only membership club where we can talk about growth, promotions. Because once you own your store, it's your responsibility to promote your store. They might give you access to maybe Google Words or Google Promotion, SEOs to drive traffic to your store. But don't forget, it's your store. Whatever you sell, whatever someone buys in that store, you get 20% because you don't do the fulfillment, you don't pay for the product, you don't source the product. They source the product for you. That means just no staff is needed. So you can try to go on break. I had a business, I got a lawsuit, somebody says discrimination, 45,000, boom.
Yeah, Brian, Arlo is just pushing me.
Yes.
So let me finish this and the questions, and then because he is...
Yeah, let's just hold on to more questions. We'll get back to them. You have 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes.
Then we'll take more Q&As.
So the package has, for first 100, it's a platinum club you belong to, and you going to get everything. Utility coins, okay. Now, online training, concierge service, marketing promotion, cross-marketing promotion. If you have your own business, you want to put a banner on your online store, you can do it. And the customization of your store, Bright mentioned. And full credit, especially for the master franchisee in international. I'll give you full credit toward that master franchise. $49.95 is credit back to you. Let's say it's $15,000. You get $5,000 for the country, okay? And that was the thing, okay. Now, here is the beautiful thing where you control. What is a DUA? Or what is any currency out there? Whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I've done a lot of study. Ethereum, it could be Ripple, it could be Dogecoin. Out there, only 2 things they serve. One is store of value and transfer of value. Store of value is you buy Bitcoin for $30,000 today, and you're hoping that it goes 40,000 or 50,000 or 35,000. That's the store of value. Transfer is that if you want to transfer, let's say, $1 million worth of Bitcoin to somebody else, you can transfer. But a DUA is a utility coin. That means that you have intrinsic utility, that you are utilizing it for things you can consume. So that is the beauty about Aduba. So it's a utility coin. So go ahead.
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking out loud that it's backed by merchandise, not.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
right, exactly. The merchandise you can buy, and again, what e-commerce does to Aduba is, e-commerce product, it is that you are driving the Aduba coin organically. It's not the market. More products are being bought, more franchises are there, so that's it. And then, if you want to buy a dollar store, I can give you a, credit card thing. If you want $9.95, and you can we will open your store this week, at least the skeleton. And then once we are paid, then you have full-fledged store. So
Can I see how the certificate looks like?
Oh, the certificate, yeah. Yeah, you can pass it on. There is the certificate. That's how it looks like. Okay, so there is a marriage between Aduba and dollar store, and I think because shortage of time and Carlos, there was more time spent. I wish I could spend more time and really explain it to you how your store look like, what the products in there, and I think you asked the questions on the products and things. But you are most welcome to go there and see the product. Okay, now let's go for questions.
When are you gonna do this again?
Hmm?
When are you gonna have a presentation again?
I don't know, it depends on, right?
What do you expect from the presentation again? Do you want us to be
We want to
weekly?
invite somebody.
We do Zoom
Every
call
Monday night.
every Monday.
Oh, okay.
Zoom call every Monday. You drop the
Time?
number, we add it 7 p.m.
Pacific Standard Time?
Yeah, you have a chance to speak to him on the Zoom call.
Yeah.
Once in a while, we do those events. Our goal is to build a franchise club where every store owners have a sense of belonging, where we can share experience and grow the club. And remember, every year we do events. For me, it's all about the experience. Business is all about profitable when you have the right backing. Our goal is to have the right backing to support you because you're not alone. He's been around 27 years, transitioning from brick and mortar store to online store. The key is to take away the expenses and overhead in every business too. When you own a business, just one in Beverly Hills, the rent is $5,000. That's boom. Okay, but you're paying $5,000 just to own the business forever. That means there's no royalty. That means you're an independent contractor. So every time you sell, you sell your own dollars. Someone shop in your store. You make $10,000. Dollar Store will send you $10.99.
Yes. If you want your own
It can be a
dollars,
part of a
just
capital
give it
gain.
to everybody.
It can be
They
a part
want
of a
their
capital
own
gain
dollar
or
store.
whatever, depends on your tax deduction. If you're someone that say shows source of income, $10.99 is like W-2. So you can show as if you own a business and pay $10.99.
So I got a question for you as far as shipping is concerned.
Yes.
So I have a bottling company.
Yes.
Right? And it's warehouse in the City of Commerce.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, how would my water get shipped to his location
You drop it off.
to house it?
You drop it off. Just like everybody drops their product with Amazon.
Yeah.
Your product has to come from somewhere. Amazon give you a location. If you're doing fulfillment for you, you gotta get your product there.
Right. Okay.
Because the product goes from there to the customer.
Same fulfillment. Now, is it a fee for the fulfillment?
There's no fee.
No monthly
Just the
fee
same
for
system.
storage?
If the customer pays shop over $30, the shipping is free.
No, I'm talking about storage.
There's no, is there any storage for the
There
product?
is no storage fee, but like you and I talked about, problem with the water is, we're feeling is the weight.
Absolutely. It's
Shipping
very
it-
expensive. It's weight.
You shipping it to us, like you were talking about $1,000 pallet, then it's become cost prohibitive. Because Costco is selling 24 case packs for $3.99. And everybody's buying them.
Well, it's 25, it's 25, it's 20, I believe 27 pallets to a store location via truck to get to the locations.
So the good news is, on your dollar store, you can advertise your product.
I was gonna ask you, was it a cross promote from my website to
Yes,
the
you
dollar
can
store?
put your banners in the dollar
Yes,
store.
sir.
If people click and then go to your water directly. It's all about exposure. Business, I always tell people, business is only profitable when you have the right back.
This is how your store look like. All the
So-
product, you can see it over there, add to the cart, stuff like that, shop.dollar.
So my question to you is, what is the difference of me having my own website and then using dollar store's
It's all about the
website?
brand positioning. People go to dollar store to shop all the time. People believe that when they go to dollar store, they're buying an affordable product. It's like you're saying, what's the difference between starting your app and using Uber app? It's all about the exposure, the marketplace. So when you have already a presence, people go to where the next brand is. Everyone uses Google dollar store before they Google your brand. Because then when they find dollar store, they believe it's already existed 27 years, they're rid of the company shop. I was just telling somebody today, I say, hey, why are people going to Uber now? Because they've established their presence, a local presence.
Correct.
So we are profitable we're leveraging on that success of that presence. That's why we say, okay, can we create a franchise that's going to create overhead? Because the key is you can own your own brick and mortar store. We're studying someone now at Trinidad Tobago because they don't have so much dollar store there.
So is that where the 27 years come in at, by him being in the business for so long, he's been established?
Because
and that's the reason why people would actually come and purchase, because it's like a Macy's.
No,
Because we all know it's like, there's a brick and mortar. Yeah, it's a brick and mortar.
Dollar stores that I'm from the South. So we have them, I grew up on the dollar store.
Right.
So your water, if you have a dollar store and you put your banner there, we don't have a dollar store here, but what about the people in Texas? What about the people in Nashville?
So that's why I was
So
asking.
that's why you put your banner on there.
That's why I was asking the question.
That's why you want to go with them, because they are well known within the
That's
South
why I'm asking
and
the
they will
question.
get you across to those people that you are not going to reach here.
Right.
And the other thing,
without doing so much traveling myself,
Right. That will
manpower.
That will cut it. That will,
Right.
he's the middleman.
Right.
The other thing what we are doing is Amazon.com, even if you give them $10 million, they would never give you .amazon.com, but will give you .dollarstore.com. Now that would help you with search engine optimization and all the other things. Water, I'll be very frank with you, carrying water in dollar store, selling $5, shipping you to me, or shipping over there, it's possible.
Yeah, it's not. That's exactly what I was saying. Now, as far as my clothing company, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's a little bit different.
The only thing you can benefit from your water store, the banner, the cross promotion on your dollar store, using your own banner, the water app, click on it, it takes them to your store, you ship directly, because it's going to be exposing to people in New York and the South.
Well, one thing I want to say though, that I did see that I was capable of doing is I linked up with the Postal, United States Postal.
Nice.
And then what I did was I said, how can I be smart about it? So I went, and my buddy's the postmaster in my neighborhood. So what we did was we came up with a 7-pack for medium box, and then we came up with a 12 bottles in a large box. And I was like, well, how am I going to compete with Amazon? I said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do not the post, yeah, it's the post priority mail, and then I was able to get it across the country within 2 to 3 business days. On that, from that perspective.
You see the information you're sharing right now? This is the information.
Hello everyone, I just want to share some great news before we go on. In 5 minutes we'll be closing the raffle, and the raffle now is up to like $630. So anyone wants to participate in 5 more minutes, you can still do that. We have the Odua Global rep at the front counter, so you can talk to them.
So all these questions you're posing, that's what you get from the Dollar Store Club.
Say that one more time.
That's what you get from the franchise club. Every quarter we all get together, all the store owners, to discuss the growth and marketing strategy to expand the products.
Yeah, that was my main questions that I wanted to ask, because I've been doing it for a minute.
My question is anybody right now that want to sign up for a dollar store? If you don't have the $4.99.5, you can pay $1,000 down. It takes 3 weeks to set up your store. And within that 3 weeks, once you make the full payment, they're going to give you a certificate of ownership. And if you decide to take the master franchise overseas, the $4.99.5 you pay will be credited towards your franchise.
How much is the franchise overseas?
Different franchise for what?
How much?
Master franchise.
Depending on the country.
Ghana.
Hawaii.
Ghana. I think we're talking about Hawaii already. 25. What was the master franchise in Hawaii?
It's 25,000 liquid net worth, but what about the?
No, $25,000.
For the goose.
Told you to buy the
vanilla box, right?
Yeah.
But what about it's still the same price? It's up to
$49.
Hawaii.com is still
$49.
Right.
So you move the credit over.
Gotcha.
So if you buy
a
$1 online, you can move the credit because you're part of Odua, so you don't have to pay the price up there. Yeah,
$9.95
I'm trying to set up wine now.
and
So it's
$9.95
good to take that presence.
You had it
Because we're
big,
here with the
real
Lord.
big.
Good time.
Yes,
We all come
because
visit
it's all
Hawaii,
about
because
having
get
assets.
us.
So because before things goes crazy, you want to position yourself. Because business change all day, change is constant. You want to make sure.
Tomorrow too.
Huh?
Tomorrow and today.
Yes. Good to see you. Good to see you again.
I want to add one more thing to what you want to do, Mr. Rex.
Yeah.
Can his product be also available to all the franchises?
Yeah, but again, what I'm telling him is because the water is very
It's a weight situation.
weird situation. So
Yeah.
if it was like clothing, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So basically,
I can
has
talk
to
to
be
you
the
about
right
that.
product.
Yeah,
qualified.
so like, you know,
Yeah.
because if for his product, I have to get for $250.
No.
So that I can sell for $5 and give 20% dollar to the franchisee.
Well, this is great reference because he will go out and build a new company to build that product, right?
Yeah. I'm a hustler.
I really have a few companies.
I'm a hustler.
Anybody else has a question?
Any question? The key here is the reason for.
Is everything clear?
Yes, I think we are.
Yes, I think everything is clear.
Yes, yes.
You know, I just,
But because you are expert, maybe you can speak.
yeah, I can just add a couple of things.
Yeah, you can.
Just
Go ahead,
1 minute.
Go ahead, Mahir, 1 minute.
I'm just going to add, I know there's a lot of questions about the management of this business. And like I said at the introduction, I specialize in management of assets, businesses, and help business owners do that and individuals on a daily basis. And if someone enters this particular structure, it's important that you keep everything in order. And also it's important that you, I know there is no employees,
Yeah.
and that's, you are the key employee. So I want to add that he mentioned that this business is going to last forever, you maybe want to give to your kids, but you want to set up the structure that if God forbid something happened to you, how that business is going to continue to operate with your kids in place. So that's another aspect that you want to consider, and there is a statement what he said about the gentleman who bought 100,000 worth of merchandise store, 20 different stores. So if that's something you want to go down the road, you want to make sure that you have a good continuation plan in place, and that's something I can definitely help you do that. And there's two different concepts I'd like to mention. It's called a key employee insurance and buy-sell agreement. And those types of things protect your business in case something happened to you or you want to transfer to somebody else. That's something that last 12 years since I've been in the insurance business, witness and help businesses protect their legacy. And that's important that if you enter this dollar store, make sure to think about it in the long run, primarily because legacy, like Mr. Mehta said. So I can answer many of the questions. I'm just going to be very brief. I just want to mention those two type of strategies. Yes.
Do you, for your consulting advice, will you consider in the future taking a dual coin as a payment?
That's interesting.
So look at this way. As of now, as an independent advisor, I cannot offer any cryptocurrencies of now, because Security and Exchange Commission is technically not considering crypto as securities of now. So to answer the question, the answer would be strictly no, but that doesn't mean it's going to not change in the future. It might change in the future only when SEC puts Bitcoin out as official security. Yeah, it's allowable for trading, but as of now, as an advisor, I cannot offer to any of the clients due to those types of things.
Couple more years, so change.
Couple more years, yeah.
BlackRock is in the game.
Yes. So I just want to add those two concepts, and if you have any questions and any type of advice in that, I can help you that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
One thing I would add, my email address is very simple, rex@dollarstore.com. And also, I can give you my telephone number too. 949-285-5417.
Is that on your business card?
Yeah, I have business cards too.
Can you spell out your email for us, please?
Rex, R-E-X @dollarstore.com.
Maybe we just type on the computer.
Type it.
Maybe you can-
They can see on the screen.
I don't know how to do it.
Core number, Mr. Rex?
949-285.
There's two, one supply office supplies from your store.
And my email is rex@dollarstore. Rex@dollarstore.
Right. So the way
Master print is definitely
Let's charge up.
There's one more thing we want to add here. Excuse me. We're gonna ask staff. You mentioned something very important that we wanna hear from you. Can you please come and share with us? Okay, great. Mr. Bright, Steph, after listening to the pitch and the offer, he, very smartly, sharply, has something to add to this. So, can you please share?
Yeah, great evening, everyone. My name is Steph Gross. I am the founder of Bragabilia Energy Beverage, the elegant energy drink. That's a quiet flex in a can. As I was listening to Mr. Rex's pitch and listening to King over there about AutoCoin, a couple things came to mind. One, this is just a polite kind of critique when you're pitching to folks. So right now, there are a number of countries around the world that will not take the US dollar as a backstop.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
That's one reason why you want to pick up this gentleman's coin. Okay? If you've used Shopify before, you're paying 30% for your drop shippers.
Yeah.
So another pitch to those folks. Because now they're getting 20% versus spending the 30% on the drop shipper.
Thank you.
The 99-cent store, the actual 99-cent store, doesn't have an online store.
Yeah.
So this opportunity is prime for acquisition, especially as the U.S. economy is still in fluctuation. So those are the 3 points that I would make if I were pitching this for you to invest in.
I want to add one more thing.
I 100% agree. It was a little bit shortage in time because I want to talk more about logistics.
Yes.
Pick, pack, and ship. I mean, Amazon spent billions of dollars. Pick, pack, and ship. It's very sophisticated thing. And I think as gentleman mentioned, with what we did is we took the best of GoDaddy, Shopify, and Amazon and make it a store.
That was one of my questions. That was one of my questions.
Before you go ahead, I just want to comment on your thought. Acquisition. So let's say we all own a dollar store and you're acquired by a big Amazon or a big 99-cent store. What happens to us as owners?
Oh, you have 2 choices, and maybe he can answer a little bit more on that. You have 2 choices. You can either sell it to them, and if your store is doing some kind of business, then it adds value to it, of course. Okay, that is one thing. Second thing, what we are doing with first 100 stores, we'll come up with a formula that equity participation. I don't want to go into securities right now, because of shares and things. I can say that I give you 5,000 shares, but we'll make sure that you are the first 100 stores, the platinum stores are part of that. Maybe you can answer a little bit more better than I can.
So what he mentioned here, we have 2 choices. The first choice, you become an equity holder, but he mentioned that there is no security as in place. The second choice is that if you be an acquirer by an acquiring company, it's very important to take a look at one item called a goodwill.
Yeah.
And that's an accounting term that is very important for those businesses that are being acquired, primarily because you want your company to be valued, of course, as much as possible. And usually the acquiring companies, they come up with different proposals and solutions that sometimes either overestimate or underestimate your books. And it's very important, like I said at the beginning, the management. And I manage, different businesses, take a look at the books, and help them find appropriate amount of goodwill, so somebody can come, an acquirer doesn't underestimate your values and your revenues. And there is a specific formula for that, and it's very important that pay attention to that, what he said. So here are two choices. If you want to be acquired, I cannot give you specific direction as of now because he mentioned there is no securities in place. You don't know the shares yet. But if that thing is on the table and you need to consider being equity participation or being an acquirer, on top of my head, and I'm talking in theory, I'll probably choose to be my own boss and have my own shares rather than being acquired. That's something, it's not advice, but I can tell based on previous experiences and I see different businesses fail, see different businesses succeed, continue to operate. So if there is a shares involved, my recommendation again, and that's of course with a big disclaimer, because if I don't see the numbers I cannot make recommendations, to take the shares rather than being an acquirer, because when you're being an acquirer you lose a lot of things. You're losing your name, you're losing your brand, you're losing your effort, and again, you might get a good stimulus from the acquiring company, but again, once you add all the different accounting items, that ending number might be a little bit lower than you expected, and that's the definition of the goodwill. And the typical example is that you already know Warren Buffett, and he's of course one of the greatest investors out there, and he invested in this company called Kraft Heinz, and Kraft Heinz, I believe, several years was part of the portfolio, and unfortunately didn't perform very well for him, primarily because of the goodwill. He bet on a company that they didn't have a proper goodwill in place, and the goodwill value wasn't good. He just overpaid it. So unfortunately, that stock had a big fluctuation, and of course his portfolio has a big fluctuations as well. That's just one example that came to my mind. What is goodwill in a company like Kraft Heinz? You probably heard about it. So I don't want to go much in more detail, but I just want to kind of briefly explain those two options, being acquired or stuff. So you gotta be very careful. And if you need any help in terms of accounting and stuff, I'm here to help.
Oh, yeah, that's really true. Because right now the model itself, the way we have structured it, like the gentleman mentioned earlier, that Indian side, they do not ship, and Dollar Tree, they ship online, but in a pack. That will get by 24 in a case. So basically there is no competition. Instruction level. See what we did with 27 years of experience and taking all these things. Okay. Thanks a lot.
One last thing.
Yes.
Now, as far as product is concerned, when people go to your website and they go to the dollar store, right? Now, do they know what they're looking for? So like say for instance, like he comes with a new product, she comes with a new product, he comes with a new product, and no one knows us, right? Right. Now, if we're investing into this dollar store, right? So how are we making money off of people we don't know if people aren't looking to buy it that they don't know about?
And that's part of the marketing, and we do search engine optimization on the product. Again, it's your site, it's your baby, so you can buy some AdWords from Google, you can spend some money over there, and you can market your own thing. You say, and like I told you, if it's a good product, I can put it on all the sites.
Featuring a clothing company.
Right.
once a month. We have to call corporate
Yeah.
problems.
I just want to make sure because the people, do they know that they're looking for?
Oh, also, I just want to mention one more thing, which goes with the bride.
It's like an SEO type of situation.
I was also involved in the water in India because 5 million kids die every year because of cholera and things. We came up with a bottle with the hydrogenator built into it, and I was mentioning it to you. And we work with Mother Teresa, and she has passed away now. So we also donate toward that bottle.